And can we do it like this? Yes. Okay, they're on the windowsill. Sorry, I had a lip balm situation that needed to happen. I am in a chatty mood today, so I thought, why not come on and do another Life Talks vlog? I'm back, baby. No, if I'm being honest with you, I think my friends and family are gonna like bin me off really soon if I keep sending them podcast vibe voice notes. Don't know how they put up with me. I think they love me really, but you know, just thought I'd talk to you lot instead of pestering them. I actually for like a vlog, I do look surprisingly glam, but we went out today. Oh God, guys, how amazing is it to go out? To be out, just brunch, drinking a cocktail. It's just like a vibe. So yeah, I do have a bit of makeup on today, a lot of makeup on today. And gosh, my hair's looking very thick. I actually, people will think I have thicker hair than what I do because it's curly. It kind of puffs it out, but I don't have very thick hair, and I've been taking this collagen supplement and the growth and the thickness is coming through. So I actually wanted to talk a little bit about nutrition today. So that's a little heads up. I've been taking a collagen supplement. I'm just sat on my bed by the window. I don't actually always have my bed made like this. Like, I'm not even gonna front, but today I happened to do it. I don't want you to think that I always make my bed like nice, because I'm not a Stacey Solomon. Like, I just like managed to get out of the house some mornings, and today I was very with it, as you can see, because there's makeup, there's washed hair, the bed's made. Look at me, winning at life. Okay, so what? Where is this talk going? Life Talks vlog. Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you about is the fact that I have had a huge life change. Huge. I'm predominantly, I wouldn't say plant-based or vegan. I'm predominantly vegetarian now. Technically, I guess I'm flexitarian because I'm not ruling out fish or meat or ruling it out. I'm just steering clear of it for the majority of the time. So I would say I'm more vegetarian, or flexitarian. Yeah, flexitarian. I guess people are going to think flexitarian basically means eat what you want, but I think flexitarian means that you are predominantly plant-based, but then you will dibble dabble. So I guess that's more me. But yeah, I would say like I've become somewhat, not a strict, but somewhat of a vegetarian. And it's kind of wild because if you know me and like my family, like we're all just meat eaters. Like, meat is life. We love fish, seafood. And I just wanted to discuss it because I'm not coming on here to be preachy. I do find a lot of vegans very preachy. But I was raised with a very varied diet and very like nutritionally minded. Like, you know, preservatives aren't good for you. Have non-GMO, eat organic, make sure you're washing your fruits and veggies. Like, such simple things that a lot of people I speak to, and it's just like not the norm for them. And that is wild to me because I'm like, I grew up in a household where you wasn't allowed fizzy drinks. We didn't have like numbers and stuff like that. We didn't have, we weren't allowed like sweeteners or anything that was like artificial, and we had vitamins like every day and stuff like that. So for me, that's already my norm. But we was huge meat eaters, fish, etc. And we're not fussy eaters in my family. It's just not even in the vocabulary. So I've kind of raised Elvis that way as well. Like, I'm just like, there's no such thing as being a fussy eater. Like, you will eat a very varied diet. However, as I've got older and I obviously have educated myself on nutrition further, I do understand that meat is not actually that good for you. But I am of the belief, and I have been of the belief, that, you know, if we took it back to like caveman times, you know, we would be hunters and gatherers, not just gatherers. So we're not just, I don't believe we would just have a plant-based diet, but I think it would be predominantly plant-based, and far and few between there would be meat or fish or animal produce, but it would be far and few between, and it would not be often. I'm talking about once a month, once a week. I'm not talking about like often every day. I'm definitely not talking about 3 times a day. So I think recognizing this moving forward, I think it was probably about a year ago, I decided that we as a family, because I do all the cooking and meal preps in the house for pretty much everyone, I just decided that we were going to have 1 vegetarian day, 1 vegan day a week, 2 pescatarian days, and then the rest we can have meat. But me personally, for my breakfasts and lunches, I very rarely would have meat, because I would kind of keep that for like my dinner. So I kind of was actively making this change more so for the health side of things and just to have a better balance in life. I hadn't watched any of these documentaries that everyone, like all the vegans, the preachy vegans, like scare you with, or you know, and I understand that it's not very sustainable to be a meat eater or to like invest in animal produce in any sort of way. So I think it was more so of a thing that like I was just trying to be a bit more mindful, and the whole family, I'll be honest with you, they didn't really notice. Like, they enjoyed the varied vegetarian meals that I made, the vegan meal. I mean, again, they were all doing their own things, maybe lunchtime or breakfasts, but like it just kind of sat right with me that in my household, those kind of 2 days would be set aside, and we were kind of just being a little bit more mindful. Now, that worked really well for me. And if I'm being honest, I think doing that made me think, do you know what? I don't need meat as much as I thought I do. And then we kind of did that for about a year. Ken, my other half, has always banged on about, oh, don't you think we should just go plant-based? Don't you think we should just be vegan? But he says that, but he's the one more likely to fall off, because I think he likes the idea of it. But I think that when it comes to dietary things, I think I'm probably a bit more of, I think it's unfair to say I'm more disciplined, but I think that I would be the one to carry it through, if that makes sense. And I think that there was times where I would make him a couple days back to back, like meal preps for work and stuff, vegan, and he'd enjoy it, but he'd kind of be like, oh, like, what are you making me next? Like, as in insinuating like he fancied like a meat meal. So I feel like it was more so a thing that he had like an idea in his head, but I don't know if it was something that he was really ready to take on, if that makes sense. Elvis, interestingly enough, naturally has never taken to meat. He kind of doesn't mind fish, prawns, etc. As I said, we've given him, he's only 2, but we have given him a very varied diet from young. And also because he did suffer with some mild allergies when he was younger, he's now growing out of them, thank God. But I think it was more so of a thing that I was like, I don't want to be out and be surprised by some sort of unknown allergy. So I was kind of really trying different foods with him, and naturally he never really took to eating like meat, like I mean like meat on the bone or chunks of meat. He might have like breaded meat or meat that's kind of disguised, but like definitely like a piece of chicken, like he would never take to it. And then I think because I'd kind of got to a point in my life where I had educated myself that I didn't think that meat was the best thing. I actually didn't think that meat was the dog's bollocks anymore. I was literally like, it's not that great for your health. So, you know, as much as I want to push him to have a varied diet, if he's kind of consciously not against meat, but like not a big lover of it, I was never going to force that upon him. Same way, if he is not a lover of fizzy drinks or sweets, I am no way going to force that upon him, because I don't believe innately in me that is a great thing. So I think because of the fact that he didn't love meat, naturally, it's kind of made me find out, okay, how am I going to get the protein into his diet? How am I going to make sure that his iron levels are good? And, you know, all the things that people say if you're plant-based, oh, well, what about this? What about that? I kind of was just like educating myself on like, okay, so how am I going to get this into his diet? And it was really quite simple, to be honest with you. And yeah, so I would say that, I wouldn't say like he's vegetarian or anything, but I would say he's like, he loves yogurt, he loves cheese, and I still let him have that, but he doesn't have cow's milk. We substitute with oat milk, and he is kind of a natural vegetarian. But again, if he ever asks me for anything, you know, meat related, I'm never gonna like withhold that from him. So yeah, so basically I just feel like we're on a bit of a journey as a family, and I wanted to share it because I feel like people are becoming way more woke in this world. Like they're waking up, they're being like, okay, it's not sustainable, this is happening, how can we just like be better people? So for me, this is not about me not being a meat lover. I remember I literally had a conversation before I went like vegetarian at work with someone, and I was saying to them that, oh my God, I feel like I was saying to them that, you know, since I've kind of been doing this vegetarian and vegan day once a week, I've noticed that I don't really miss the meat so much. And even though every now and again I would fancy it, I really think I could go without the meat. I said I would find it very hard to go without cheese and eggs. And I was like, I can't imagine ever giving up seafood. Like that was literally my thing. I was like, maybe I could be a pescatarian, but I could not ever imagine giving up seafood. We had this conversation. I then went on to watch Seaspiracy, which by the way, I had been saying I was going to watch for about a month. And Ken was like, are you going to watch it? Are you going to watch it? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch it. But I just felt like, like, something's going to affect you and it's going to put you off. And you see the way I am as a person, when I have a bee in my bonnet, I cannot let it go. I cannot morally know something and then continue with life and ignore it. I'm just not that way inclined. Like I'm someone, and I'm quite a strict and disciplined person with certain things in my life. And once I kind of make a decision, I really follow that through. So I think I knew in my head, like, I don't know if I want to watch something that's going to open my eyes to something that subconsciously and hearsay wise I probably know is true, but I'm kind of like blissfully ignorant. That was my stance on it. Terrible stance, I know, but that was my stance on it. And then I was like, do you know what? There was one evening I was like, I'm going to watch Seaspiracy. Well, let me tell you, if you don't know me, can be a little bit of an ice queen. Like I do not cry. I was crying at this documentary. I was so sad for the dolphins, so sad for the whales. And it's weird because I don't know why I don't have that association to the land animals. Maybe if I watched more documentaries I would, but I just feel like whales and dolphins are such intelligent species. It just affected me on a different level. And I'm not someone that I would say is a huge animal lover, in the sense of I have people in my life that are animal lovers to the point that they see an animal and they must touch, and I'm like, I don't know you, I'm not touching you. But I do love certain animals and I have pets. And a new addition to my life is that we got 2 cats in the new year, just after Christmas. Pacino and Chai. I absolutely love them. They're beautiful. One's a blue British short hair and one's a lilac British short hair. I have an account called Life of Pacino. Definitely go and follow that because the cat content is so cute. But yeah, so I definitely feel like I love those animals because they're my pets, and I definitely have like a kindness in my heart for animals. But you see, like Ken and Elvis, they're like animal lovers. Like they will like hug on animals. They just see animals and it makes them feel a type of way. I don't think I'm like that. So I think that maybe that's why, like when I was younger, maybe I was like, again, blissfully ignorant, because I was just like, oh, I don't really know if I care about the animals too much. And that might make people hate me for saying that. Some people might agree with me, but I just need to keep it real. That's just how I feel about things. And watching Seaspiracy, I think it shook me because I didn't expect to feel those emotions. Also, I always knew that the oceans were like filthy, that we polluted them, and that the quality of the fish couldn't be what we think it is. And obviously that program educated me, and other things. It isn't just the program. I did go away and do my research afterwards because I'm just that way inclined. Like I'm just that person that doesn't want to just hear it from one source. But I'm going to talk about Seaspiracy because I think that if you haven't watched it, you really should watch it. And the major thing for me was like the ecosystem and the effect that we're having on our planet, way more than what we're doing on the land. The oceans are like 80% of our planet, and it's just like, whoa, no one is talking about this. This is wild to me. So I think it had a huge impact on my life. It made me go away and research other things, and the more and more I was researching, the more and more I was like, I just don't even think I can bring myself to have fish now. literally saying I could never give up fish a couple days previous to watching this. So I just think never sell yourself short in being a person that cannot change. I don't know if I will fully transition into being fully plant-based. I'd love to think that I'd be able to do that. I think that everyone's body is so different. Some people, let's say for example, can eat absolute shit and crap and go to the gym, and as long as they work out, they look amazing, because that's their natural body type. Their body takes the nutrients it needs from the crappy foods, and it doesn't really affect them. Someone like me, I can personally have extremely healthy diet and still be like lacking in certain things, because that's just how my body is. Over the years, at times I have been slightly anemic. At the end of my pregnancy, I was slightly low in iron, and I was fully eating meat, spinach every day. Like, I was very mindful of it. And I still suffered in that situation. So I'm not sure if it's something that my body type can fully transition into being plant-based, but I'm definitely willing to try. And I'm really enjoying being vegetarian. I never thought I would say that. And I don't want to put a label on myself to be like, I am this. That's why I was kind of like, maybe I should start this by saying I'm more of a flexitarian. But I just wanted it to be that I'm trying to live a more plant-based life. And I must admit, the old me was very skeptical, but after 1 week, I mean, I was thinking in my life, have I ever had 1 week without meat or fish? Have I ever actually done an entire week in my life, other than like, obviously, maybe when I was breastfed, but even then, like, my mum was probably still having meat. Like, have I actually ever gone a whole week without meat? And I don't think I had. And once I did 1 week without meat, I was like, I don't need it. And it was wild to me. I started to feel a bit weird towards me. Not if I think of like a lovely cooked meal. No, it doesn't cringe me out. But the thought of me getting from the supermarket like raw packaged meat and cooking it, it does make me feel a type of way now. So I would just champion any of you to like challenge yourself if you care about the environment, or even if you care about the animals, or you just want to do it for your health, because there's so many like pollutants and shit in meat and fish now, and you just want to give it a try. Just do it for 1 week and be strict, and you'll be surprised, because that 1 week really changed me. So yeah, this is not me sitting here saying become plant-based, but I do think that I think they say something really significant. I think it's on the documentary, or it might have just been something I read, and it really hit home for me. It said, one person can't do everything, but everybody can do something. And that's all I just wanted to come from this place of, this is where I'm at now. This is where my family's at. We are all trying to be a little bit more plant-based in a flexitarian, open-minded, not constricting ourselves, or restricting ourselves, I should say, kind of way, which I think is working for us, because it's making us feel like actually we can do it, and we've kind of gently transitioned into it. And I just wanted to share that, just to like give you guys an update, but also tell you a bit of the backstory as to why, and also maybe challenge you to say like, try it yourself for a week and see if you want to do it, because I don't really see myself going back to being a full-on meat and fish eater now, especially not the fish, because I feel for the dolphins. So yeah, guys, that's my little life update. I don't know if you're going to take anything from that, but that was just therapeutic for me. Yeah, so that's my little life update. I'm a little old flexitarian over here. Yeah, guys, if you have any other documentaries or anything that you'd recommend on nutrition, food, saving the planet, anything like that you'd recommend, please do just drop them in the comments, because I'm just really here for learning and just bettering myself, and bettering my knowledge. So please do share, and yeah, everybody can do something. Mwah.